to go. Waluigi #1.
Today marks the 20th anniversary of Mario Tennis on the Nintendo 64. It's a great game, sure, but that's not what we're celebrating. It also marks the 20th anniversary of my favorite Mario character of all time, Waluigi. There's just something about Waluigi that I absolutely love. His design is great, his mischievous behavior is absolutely hilarious, and most importantly, he's just Waluigi. There's no other character like him. But despite all of this, Waluigi has something that sets him apart from the Mario cast, and not in a good way either. Wario has Wario Land and WarioWare. Yoshi has Yoshi's Island. Luigi has Luigi's Mansion. Toad has Wario's Woods and Captain Toad. Even Princess Peach has Super Princess Peach. You could even argue Bowser has his own game, being Bowser's Inside Story. And even characters like Daisy, Birdo, Toadette, and Rosalina, while not having appeared in their own game, have at least had relevance in the main series. But Waluigi, for some reason, the poor guy doesn't get any of these luxuries. Nintendo has even acknowledged it themselves. So the question is, what's the deal with Waluigi? Because today marks the 20th anniversary of Waluigi, I thought it'd be fun to highlight his biggest appearances over the years and discover the lore behind Mario's most underused character. And after getting information on the quote-unquote purple plumber, we could take a look at how a Waluigi game could actually work. Waluigi's first appearance was in Mario Tennis on the Nintendo 64. With characters like Wario and Daisy, they at least first appeared in the Super Mario Land games on the Game Boy. But Waluigi marks the first major character that first appeared in a spin-off, bringing him to the likes of Toadette, who first appeared in Mario Kart Double Dash. Waluigi was made to give Wario a partner for doubles and increase the amount of humans in the Mario series. The man we can thank for his existence? Fumihide Koi. Without him, Waluigi would have never came into existence. So domo arigato, Akoi-san. But what's the backstory behind Waluigi? What's his motivation? With Wario, he stole Mario's castle and is motivated by greed. But Waluigi? Seems the guy just wants to play a few rounds of tennis. It's a mysterious lack of explanation behind Waluigi's existence that makes him so interesting. But after gathering information from Waluigi's biggest and most important appearances, we will be able to figure out the story of Waluigi and what he's all about. Waluigi's second appearance was in Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color. Really underrated game, by the way. It's essentially a tennis RPG. But the way you unlock him here is pretty interesting too. By connecting the N64 transfer pack with Mario Tennis on the Game Boy Color to the Nintendo 64 version of the game, you can unlock content in both games. You can get courts and RPG characters on the N64, but mostly characters on the Game Boy Color. And Waluigi is one of the 4 unlockable characters via the transfer pack. This is worth bringing up, because this is his only true 8-bit appearance. Pretty cool! Then we have Waluigi's first party in Mario Party 3. This is actually one of his biggest roles in Mario Party. It was revealed he stole the mischievous star, and players had to fight for him on his own island, Waluigi's Island. Although not playable in single player, Waluigi is playable in party mode. But after Mario Party 3, he's been a main playable character in every Mario Party since then. But what's also important to bring up is the Mario Party 4 manual, and it says he has a soft spot for Daisy. So this could help us understand the story of Waluigi a little more and see what he's all about. Here we have Waluigi's first appearance in the Mario Kart series, Mario Kart Double Dash. This was the first Mario Kart game to introduce quite a few series mainstays, and Waluigi was one of those characters. Because you're playing as 2 characters, Wario needed a partner once again. But what's interesting here is Waluigi's a medium character here instead of a large, and that's something that changes a lot in Mario Kart. You have him as a medium weight character in most games, a heavyweight in Mario Kart Wii and 8, and even a lightweight in Mario Kart Arcade GP DX. Man, I'd really hate to have his metabolism. He's appeared in most Mario Kart games since Double Dash, but by far his most important appearance in the Mario Kart series is in Mario Kart Arcade GP 2. After skipping the first arcade game, Waluigi decided to join the race in the sequel. Not only did he decide to join the race, but he also brought some tracks with him, being Stadium Arena and Waluigi Stadium. This is important because 1. Waluigi was actually marketed as a selling point for this game. If you look at the side of the cabinet, it says clear as day Waluigi is a new character, and you better buy this cabinet because of it. And even the opening cutscene wants you to know this. But another thing that it shows is that Waluigi has another interest besides sports, parties, pinball, and stadiums. Dinosaurs. This track is full of robotic dinosaurs, and it shows Waluigi might be an aspiring paleontologist, or really just like robotic dinosaurs. The good news about Waluigi in Mario Kart is he has been playable in every mainline Mario Kart game since Mario Kart Double Dash. But there is one game that betrayed us, and that game is Mario Kart 7. Mario Kart DS had a smaller roster, but at least it managed to have the most important mainstays. But 7 had Metal Mario instead! Yay! I can't believe it. Mario Kart 7 betrayed us.
Mario Kart 7 betrayed us!
But overall, Waluigi has remained part of the Mario Kart series for quite some time and remains a fan favorite. This is one of my favorite appearances right here. I think the sport most people associate Waluigi with is tennis, and I can see why. He's appeared in every Mario Tennis game after 64 and is a staple of the series, but Mario Tennis Power Tour on the Game Boy Advance is notable for the fact that it's the only game to feature Waluigi, but not Wario. If that doesn't show the power that Waluigi has, I don't know what does. Before we get into Waluigi's most important game, let's go over a few more titles he's appeared in. For the most part, he's appeared in a majority of the Mario sports games. He's played basketball, golf, is a team captain in baseball, and has some questionable celebration in soccer. You can see Waluigi has quite the passion for sports, so much so he's actually competed in the Olympics multiple times. But what about things that aren't good enough for Waluigi's prestigious tastes? Mario RPGs. You would think that the Mario and Luigi series would have a game along the lines of Mario and Luigi Partners in Time featuring Waluigi and Wario, but sadly, that hasn't happened. While it's unclear what the future of the Mario and Luigi series is, this would be an incredible concept. But the good news is that Waluigi has been referenced in a few Mario RPGs. I won't spoil them, but they're pretty cool. Mainline Mario is a series Nintendo won't let Waluigi touch with a 10-foot pole. At least Wario made an appearance in 2 of them, being 64DS and Mario Land 2, but Waluigi? He gets thrown under the bus all the time. New Super Mario Bros. Wii was the first 4-player co-op Mario game. We got Mario and Luigi as playable characters, but the other 2 characters we needed? A Paper Mario fan's worst nightmare. Why not Wario and Waluigi? Oh, they're bad guys? Yeah, I guess that makes... oh. So we can have this purple villain playable, but not Waluigi. I see how it is. Man, Waluigi is so underused. And Nintendo knows this too. Look at the description for Waluigi's costume in Super Mario Odyssey. A cap with an upside down L. It's barely used. And there's a reason for that. It's because Waluigi is too cool for mainline Mario. Why waste time rescuing Peach for the 50 millionth time when you could be kart racing instead? Or honestly really anything else for that matter. But if there's anything more humiliating than not being playable, it's this. Super Smash Bros., one of the most prestigious and hyped series in all of gaming. It's the only gaming series that brings gaming legends together, and when you get an invitation to Smash, you know you've made it. But what's worse than not being in Smash? Being in Smash but only an assist trophy. Look at this video right here. Have you seen anything more heartbreaking in your life? You have Waluigi being reduced to an assist trophy, while the 80 millionth Fire Emblem character gets a spot in the roster. But you know what? That's okay. Because Waluigi knows he can survive in the West without being in Smash. Waluigi has mostly appeared as a playable character in Mario spin-offs, and not much more than that. Out of all the Mario games, he's managed to have at least a role in one game that was pretty significant, and I couldn't think of a more Waluigi game to have a prominent role in than this. Out of all the games for Waluigi to actually have some significance in, it's Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. I'm sure quite a few of you haven't played this game, so I'll go over it a bit. Basically, it's DDR with a Mario theme. It's actually pretty cool despite the concept of a Mario dancing game sounding a bit weird. But where Waluigi comes into play is he stole the music keys across the Mushroom Kingdom to become the best dancer. That goes to show that not only is he passionate about sports, but is so passionate about dancing that he's willing to commit crimes to become the best dancer out there. If that doesn't scream passion, I don't know what does. What's interesting though, is that Waluigi's theme in the game is Destruction Dance, which is a remix of Wrecking Crew's main theme. You know what's strange though? Waluigi might have some connections to Foreman Spike from that game, and in Mario Kart DS, the card he uses being the Gold Mantis bears a striking resemblance to Foreman Spike's excavator. Could they be related? The world may never know. Waluigi is also known to have a rose, which is often associated with dancing. Anyone remember Shrek 2? It's pretty clear that he's very passionate about it, and it's a part of his personality. So far we've gone over all of Waluigi's main appearances. We can see he has quite the passion for sports and partying, but doesn't like to get involved in stressful situations. So essentially, he's like a college student. He also likes pinball, stadiums, and is an aspiring robo-paleontologist. But his biggest passion is dancing. Waluigi lives his life causing mischief, but not harm. He just aspires to make a name for himself. If Luigi lives a life in the shadow of Mario, then Waluigi lives his life in the shadow of Mario's shadow. He wants to have a big break, but nothing too stressful. With all this information, I think I've come to a pretty good conclusion on how a Waluigi game could actually work. If there's something Nintendo is lacking besides a Waluigi game, it's more 3D platformers. We haven't seen a 3D platformer outside of Mario from Nintendo in quite some time, so it'd be pretty cool to see. Wario Land is a 2D platformer, but doesn't feel like a 2D Mario game at all outside the first two games, so it's easy for the game not to be a carbon copy. But if there's one type of game Nintendo lacks, it's a full-on humorous game. There are funny moments in the Mario RPGs and stuff like that, sure, but a full-on laugh-out-loud hilarious game is something Nintendo has yet to come up with, and I'll use one of my favorite games of all time being Conker's Bad Fur Day for reference. The game is a 3D platformer, but is fondly remembered for its hilarious dialogue and situations. When you think of Conker, you probably think of the Great Mighty Pooh, or another hilarious moment first. Conker is extremely vulgar and not family-friendly in the slightest, so I don't want or expect the Waluigi game to be that. But I do want it to really focus on humor, almost like an interactive cartoon. Here's my idea. Waluigi wakes up in the morning feeling like a piece of crap. He then goes into the kitchen and realizes that he's never done anything meaningful that left an impact like Mario, Luigi, and even Wario have done, so then he goes to EGAD's lab. Waluigi then sees a pen he is working on to make any story someone writes come true. Waluigi sees this and writes his own story, just like Mario, Luigi, and Wario have had. But because it wasn't finished, everything goes terribly wrong. It's up to Waluigi to go into these stories himself and help everything return back to normal and get some parts for EGAD's pen back. Examples of the story Waluigi wrote were that he saved the Potato Kingdom from Bowser, but because the pen was unfinished, he only saved the potatoes from Bowser. He'd then have to fight Bowser himself in order to restore peace to the Potato Kingdom. And nonetheless, Bowser wouldn't be the main villain. That'd be just lame for a Waluigi game. Another one he wrote is that he would become the dance champion of the world, but instead he became the Dance Dance Revolution champion. It's up to Waluigi to go up in the ranks and become the actual best dancer in the world. Those are just some examples of the many stories the game would have. But how would it play? Waluigi would control a bit similar to Mario in 3D games, but have a lighter feeling. Similar to how Wario feels a little bit heavier than Mario in the Wario Land games. Wario has his core strength and can shoulder dash, but Waluigi can do it as sort of double jump, swim in the air, and would overall be a little bit faster. His attacks will be a tennis racket, dance moves, and a dive for a random move. It will give the game a little bit of risk versus reward, because this random move could either be very powerful or actually damage Waluigi himself. The game will be very similar to Conker in the fact that it's not so much about the platforming as it is about the story and dialogue. There will be plenty of funny moments between characters, and the game will have full-on voice acting. So as you've seen with all of this, there's a lot more to Waluigi than you'd initially think, and a lot could be incorporated into a full-on game instead of just spin-offs. Happy birthday, Waluigi! I hope you not only get your own game, but also get to be in Smash. So here's to another great 20 years. Anyways, thanks for watching and keep calm and Dada on.